Go to www.africapresslist.com, click Client Login. At this page you log in with the login details that you have entered when you registered. You can use your username or email address and your password. If you have forgotten your password, you can click Forgot Password to get a new password. If your login is successful, you will see your dashboard as a client. To see your distribution list or to make a new one, you can click Distribution Lists at the top of the screen or at the left vertical bar. You can click Distribution Lists at the top of the screen or at the left vertical bar. The screen that appears or the menu that gives you more options provide you the possibility to click Create New List. At this page you also see the lists that have already been made. You can edit them by clicking the blue button Edit. On this screen you can filter the journalists in order to make a distribution list to which you can send your press release. In order to expand the journalist filtering option, you click the red vertical arrow at the right. Subsequently, the different filtering options to select journalists will be displayed. In order to send the right press release to the right selection of journalists and bloggers, you can apply 6 different selection keys. With the selection key field of interest, you choose the subject in which the journalists and blogger is interested. In case of an energy event, you would like to address the journalists who are interested in the fields of interest displayed in the example below. If you do not fill in anything, you will select all journalists. In this example, we have made a selection with the fields of interest, not with the media channels. We have selected 2 languages, 5 functions, and we have not selected a particular media company. We have selected all countries about which journalists and bloggers write. If you have entered the right selection keys, you can click Search to make the right selection. The result of the selection is 617 journalists and bloggers. To create the list, you first fill in the name and, if desired, you add notes to the list. Next, you select the journalists by clicking the green button Select All. The journalists' names made dark are selected. If you want to deselect some particular journalist, you just click the specific journalist or blogger to deselect. The dark overlay color disappears. The example below shows 2 deselected journalists and bloggers. The number of journalists as shown is adjusted automatically. If you click Create, you will see your new distribution list added to the overview of distribution lists with the number of journalists and bloggers that it contains. If you have not used a distribution list for some time, it is advisable to update the distribution list for reuse. Since the filtering keys are saved with the list, the update process is a question of clicking a few buttons. If you have some journalists and bloggers contacts you want to include in your distribution list, you can import them by clicking Import All Journalists. The menu gives you 3 options. 1. The standard template by way of an Excel file. 2. Your own Excel file, and 3. Add only 1 journalist. If you click the option to import with the template, you can fill in the list name under which the email addresses of the journalists will be stored. You can also add notes for your own organization. Subsequently, you can select the file with which you want to upload the email addresses of the journalists and bloggers. You select the file and click Submit. If an email address is not valid, the status will be Fail. The reason why you can see under the header Info, and if the email address is wrong, you will have to check the email address in the file and import again. If you have imported one of more journalists and bloggers properly, the journalist or blogger will be notified and provided with login details to enter the Africa Press List platform. The list name you have entered to give a name to the import is now displayed in the overview of distribution lists.